Hello there, and a very warm welcome as always to the Overseas Guides Company. Well, moving overseas can be, of course, an extremely stressful thing, albeit extremely exciting too. So you need to be as certain as you can it is the right move for you. I've prepared a little checklist here for you that you can dust off and write down for yourself so that you know you're going to be well prepared. Number one is just that. Don't delay. Make the preparations as early as you can and make sure you know as much as you can about your new culture in the country you're going to. Don't assume everything will fall into place immediately. It's going to take a little time to adjust for both you and your family. Budgeting is a very important thing. Obviously, it's a dry subject, but we all have to do it. And good budgeting can really make the difference between a successful relocation and a lot of stress with a not so successful relocation. So think about your budget. Contact Smart for your currency transfers. They will give you the very best rate. They offer fantastic service. Don't ever go to your bank and do that well in advance. You can set up an account so that you know well in advance how much you're going to have to spend, for example, on a new property and for future currency transactions. As I say, don't delay. Start preparing as soon as you can. Check in your new country things such as healthcare wherever you're going. Every country has a different system, and you're wise to look at that straight away for obviously both you and your family. Think about your current home, what you're going to do with it, if you're going to sell it, or have to sell it, or rent it out, and be careful about when you're thinking of moving items overseas. It may well be a better deal to actually leave some things and sell them here and start afresh. Although it's always a good idea to have personal belongings with you and things such as paintings and pictures so that you photographs so that when you set up your new home you have familiar things around you. If you're going to be looking for work in your new country, consider that at a very early stage. Look at your existing qualifications. Will they work in your new country? And if you're moving somewhere where they don't speak the same language, then try and learn some. That's very important. Getting to grips with the language will stand you in good stead at the beginning when it comes to making friends. Think about your paperwork. It's always a good idea to make copies of all your documents, such as marriage certificates, birth certificates, driving license, etc. A lot of countries are quite bureaucratic, certainly it's like that in France, and it's always handy to have the paperwork with you at all times. Friends and family, don't forget to tell everybody that you're moving well in advance, give them your new address. Saying goodbye might be a tough one, but they'll want to come and visit you, so make sure you stay in touch as much as you can. It's much easier these days. Insurance, think about your insurance, house insurance, car insurance if you're taking one, health insurance. It's very important to do that, so look at that well in advance. You may need to open a bank account, I'm sure you will. So look at what banking facilities there are in the country you're going to and do that early on. You may well be able to keep your current bank account in England open, but at least tell them that you're going to be moving abroad. If you're going to be driving abroad, look up the rules for driving. Again, check your driving license. It may be that you have to change eventually to the license of the country you're going to. Don't forget also to redirect your post. You can do that very easily online with Royal Mail for up to a year, I think maybe even longer than that, and get it renewed each year. Your email may well be able to stay the same, but you might want to consider getting one of the free web-based accounts which you can access really from anywhere in the world. And last of all, don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself time. Moving to a new country is going to be a little bit difficult at first, and even when things go according to plan, it can be a little bit stressful at times. It'll be unfamiliar. But give yourself time. Don't be shy about asking for help. People love to give help and advice. And look upon it with a positive attitude. Well, that's really it for this week. I hope this finds you well, and I would love to hear your comments and suggestions about our site here. We update it each week. If there's anything specific you'd like to know about generally moving overseas, just let me know. Write to me here or you can call our office in London. I will wish you well, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.